Hello class, welcome to our week. It's February 1st and boy, we've had some great warm weather for the end of January. It's been quite nice, um, certainly for me anyway. So maybe not nice for those auto body shops that expect people to be in wrecks because of the bad weather, but for everyone else it's good. Anyway, this week we have been learning about the meaningful learning framework and what this meaningful learning framework is all about. Now we are going to finish up, we're wrapping up our meaningful learning framework of learning, and you need to create and finish your astounding meaningful learning assignment due this week. So February 6th, it's due by midnight. And so last week you talked about meaningful learning, cooperative and intentional. The week before you talked about the other three items, active, constructive, and authentic learning. This week there is just a reading/activity. And you're going to go to this nice little matrix and just take a look at some of the activities there. There's some fantastic video introductions to elements of the meaningful learning framework, and it actually shows how they are being incorporated into different technological tools and resources and into different classes, is actually what I mean, how they're implemented in the classroom. So give some good videos, watch some of the videos and follow the directions there. But beyond that, it's just your time this week to complete and submit the Astounding Meaningful Learning assignment. So remember that this assignment is some kind of online media that you create that shows that you know what the meaningful learning framework is all about. And so you're going to create, in your own words, an explanation of every element of the meaningful learning framework: active, constructive, cooperative, intentional, and authentic. So go back through your book, use that to create this. For each of those 5 elements, you need to define it, which is a basic definition of what active learning means or what constructive learning means. For each element, you need to explain it, meaning that you go beyond the definition. You, in your own words, maybe give an explanation a little bit more about what is active learning. And then you give a good example of each of these 5 elements. So find a good example. Write those down. You know, what's a good example of this element of learning? You know, talk about what it would look like in a classroom. And I do want to encourage you to make up your own examples in this one. You know, if you want to give an existing example, let's say you find a video that's a good example of authentic learning, that's fine. But I want you to make up most of them. So 3 out of the 5, you should make up your own example of active, constructive, cooperative, intentional, and authentic learning. 3 out of the 5 of those. So, all right, so, and then do not just copy the text from the book or from class presentations. Instead, you're writing these in your own words. But the trick with this assignment really is that you have to define, explain, and give a good example of each of these 5 elements on some kind of media that you create online. And so it could be that you create maybe a Padlet website for a poster or infographic, or an Easily website, or a Poplet. Or you might create a podcast using one of the tools there that explains, defines, and gives an example of each element of the meaningful learning. So you're not just submitting to me a paper that defines, explains, and gives an example of each element of the meaningful learning framework. Instead, you're giving me some kind of online media that you create. And the reason for this is that you have a chance then to learn a tool that is out there that could be useful for educational purposes in the process of actually submitting this assignment. So if you haven't yet looked into any of these tools, you'll want to do that very soon. You want to start looking into the types of tools you might want to create to define, explain, and give an example of each element of the meaningful learning framework. So that's what your task is for this week. I'll be grading this according to the rubric here. I think I already introduced this assignment before, but just as a reminder. And I will wish you a great week this week as you complete and submit this assignment. And be sure to let me know if you have any questions or any issues that come up as you work on this assignment. All right, have a great week.